What's going on, everybody? Welcome to The Truth with Tatum. So I'm live right now, obviously. And I'm going to wait for a couple of y'all to get on here, because it's kind of weird talking to myself. Danny, how you doing? Brittany, Lexi, what's going on? How y'all doing? So I want to turn the lights down a little bit, just to make a cozy little mood in here. So thank y'all for coming on and watching the smaller version of the show, the less produced version of the show. This is probably the last one that I'm gonna do like this. When Echo comes back, we're gonna put it back into action. But right now, we're just taking it easy. First time watching me, huh? But so pretty much what I wanted to talk about today, and I want to just throw out there into the atmosphere, is that I really feel like that it is important that we keep the momentum going. And when I say momentum, it started from when Donald Trump got elected. And the momentum is continuously moving and moving and moving. And we cannot let people stop our momentum going into 2018. So we need to keep the momentum going. Go back and reflect on the victories that we have had in 2017, the victories that we are preparing to have in 2018 on multiple scales, not just politically, which obviously a lot of what I talk about is political stuff. A lot of what I talk about is social related stuff, things that, that are hot buttons. But I also want for us to take a deep breath and for us to realize that we have fought a really good fight in 2017. We have accomplished a lot in 2017. We have, Donald Trump was one of the biggest accomplishments that we have been able to achieve in 2017. Simply because where would we be without a president in office that had logical common sense? So just by looking at the amount of people on here, there must be a game or something tonight, because ain't nobody come out tonight. So hopefully we can make this quick and sweet. Patty, thanks for joining in from Texas. Appreciate y'all. Make America great again. What's up from Tennessee? April, you're 100% correct. President Trump has done so much. And I made another video about all of his accomplishments. And that has just been mind-blowing to me. That they try to say that he hasn't done nothing. And, the biggest thing I tell people is that just explain to me, if you dislike the man and you were Van Jones or somebody who was crying and telling everybody the world is coming to an end and that he's sad he got to tell his daughters and all this other stuff. Name me one right that you have lost since President Trump been in office. Name one, hardship that you have had to face as a gay American, as a black American, Hispanic American. Name a hardship that you have undertook since President Trump has been elected. Not one. And if you be honest with yourself, you are seeing more benefits, more accolades, more availability for you to achieve. You're seeing more of this. You should thank God that he cutting taxes. And we'll see where it goes from here. But I think that he's headed down the right path. So I'm extremely excited what we've done in 2017. And I'm looking forward to 2018. Now, for me, and I know some of y'all going to join me, it's what I talked about last time, is that 2018 is going to be the year, man. 2018 is going to be a big year for all of us. Not only, we got the midterm election and stuff coming up in 2018, not only is it a brand new year, brand new opportunities, now we are into our second year with the president that we voted in. And for me personally, God has been really good to me in 2017. I've been able to accomplish things that I could only dream of, all the way up until now. And now, the momentum is going, and I just want to push it further. I want to go even further. And further may be different for everybody watching. Further may be getting a promotion on your job. Further may be, get married. I don't know. I don't know what your further is. But the bottom line is that in 2018, us as a community, we need to go further. We need to accomplish more. We need to dream big. And I'm going to give you some key principles for some things that we all could do that can make us prosperous and make us great in 2018. One thing is to dream big. Don't be afraid to dream up stuff that you've always wanted to dream of, that nobody else around you can see. Don't be afraid to do that. To 2018, you got to dream big. If you want to be the president of the United States of America, your dream should be starting in 2018. It can start right now. But I know people need that buffer period. They need that reflective period. We'll reflect all the way to the first. And then in 2018, you can start out fresh, brand new year, January 1st, and you can get on the horse and dream big. Another thing is, cut out these fake friends, these energy suckers, man. It's all about positive energy, faith, and believing in yourself. And if you got people around you that's just negative and they always trying to suck ideas out of you and put you in a negative feeling or put you in a negative mood, you got to get them people out of your life. That's number 2. Get away from these haters. Get away from these people who are not doing anything with their life and they don't want you to do nothing with your life. That's another thing you got to get you got to get rid of. Another thing is, you got to work on your financial situation. And I'll tell you what, that's definitely something that I have attempted to work on and I've been working on for years, is you need to get your finances right. And I would tell anybody is to try to pay off your debt in 2018. Try to get that stuff resolved. Don't be opening up more credit cards if you can't afford them. I guess that's one thing about debt. There was something else that I wanted to talk. Oh, make sure you have multiple sources of income. If you working on a job and you getting one salary, you getting one, you get one source of income. In 2018, you need to work on getting multiple sources of income. I don't care if you do direct sales. I don't care whether you get 2 jobs. I don't care if you start your own business. I mean, you really need to work on having income coming from multiple areas. And one thing that I'm going to do in 2018 as well is I'm going to teach a class on how to turn your, what was I thinking of the term? Because I had a term that I wanted to use. How to turn your passion into a paycheck is what. And a lot of people don't want to hear money, but I'm just going to give you solutions. I'm going to give you tips on what I've learned on how to literally find out what your passion is and then utilize social media and other platforms to then turn your passion into something that's going to benefit you. I have learned a lot in this last year on how to monetize some of the things that I'm passionate about, to get yourself some type of an income that's residual. Now, see, I do a few things, like I'm a part of a wine club, and some people may think that's funny, but I'm telling you, I love drinking wine. So why wouldn't I? Why would I not get wine shipped to my house every month and then also be a part of a club that other people can join me and we can all be drinking wine and possibly making extra money on the side? Why would you not do that if you love wine or whatever you love doing? If you love fitness, if you love doing something else, find a way to turn something that you're passionate in to a paycheck. And when I say turn that into a paycheck, what I'm saying is find a way that you can do what you love doing for the rest of your life, where you don't wake up every day mad because you got to go to this some job, work for some boss whom you hate. Now, I wouldn't say quit. I wouldn't say quit your job, but find a way to do what you love doing for a living. That's what I would say. Find a way to do what you love doing for a living. You know, if you love riding bikes, for instance, if you do road bikes or you do mountain bikes, be intuitive in your mind, you know. Maybe thinking about getting some investors to help you build a gym, like a cycling gym. Get some investors together. Maybe you can have a cycling team. And you got people join your team. And you guys can race and ride. You know, there's a fee to be a part of the team. You can get some people together to do some training. I mean, you can have a level of residual income by doing that. Just say you love DJing. Are you good with singing or something? Start you a social media platform. Start you a Facebook, Instagram. Start you some social media. Don't be afraid to do what you love to do, because then you'll find out that a lot of people love you. You know, and a lot of people want to hear what you got to say. A lot of people may like the way you sing, may like your instrumentation. They may like the way you play video games. I don't know, whatever it is. But in 2018, open your mind to developing something different. You know, don't be afraid to become a CEO in 2018. Don't be afraid to start your own business in 2018. I got friends who talk about starting businesses here and there, and I'm like, go for it. If you fail, at least you tried. But if you don't fail, oh my God, you're going to be making a killing. You're going to be making a killing. And some people ask me what wine club I'm a part of. Inbox me and I'll let you know. Send me a message on Instagram, send me a message on Facebook. I'll say do it on Instagram because I don't got a whole bunch of people following me on Instagram. And if you send me a message, I can see it. Facebook, I mean, it could get lost in the shuffle. I may never see it. But, you know, it message me if you want to know what wine club I'm part of. So anyway, beyond that. So do that. Do those things, man. You know, one thing that I want to do in 2018 is I want to literally put together a mentorship. And see, I hate to say this. I hate to be the one to recreate the wheel. But sometimes you got to recreate the wheel because some people's, their alignments is off. You know what I mean? You know how you driving your car and it's shaking because the alignment is off and you got to go get this stuff realigned? The reason that I don't think it's bad to recreate the wheel in some cases because sometimes people's alignments are off and you don't really know what their motives are, but you know what your motives are. And so I really want to start a mentoring program for young kids. And I don't even know, I'm thinking about it. I don't even really know what age I want to start with. But I know a lot of people want to join me and be a part of this. I just got to think out the logistics. And because I want to be able to tell young men, and I want a woman who can help me that can work with the young women. Because I ain't really big on men working with young women unless you just have to, unless there's nobody else to do it. Because I like men work with men and women work with women. I just like it that way. There is no drama, no issues. And women know little girls more than men do. I'm telling you. I've never been a little girl before. So I don't know what it's like to be a little girl. But women do. Now, anyway, to start some program to get the young kids at a very young age to understand and appreciate law enforcement, to understand the history of this country, to understand that there is no need to be a victim in this world. This is how you go to a job interview. This is yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Make it trendy to say yes, sir, yes, ma'am. You know, give some incentives. You know, this is one of my biggest principles. Don't walk around and tell somebody to give up something if you ain't going to give them a solution. I'm big on like Planned Parenthood. You know, people stand outside Planned Parenthood and yell at these people. Now, I agree with you standing outside Planned Parenthood and opening up for dialogue and educating people. But don't be out there yelling at Planned Parenthood if you ain't going to help that young lady overcome the adversity she's going to face if she give birth to this kid. If you're not going to give her any kind of solutions, if you're not going to be supportive, if you're not going to follow up after this, then don't waste your time yelling at that girl. Don't tell her she shouldn't have a kid if you're not going to give her solutions. Now, if you can give her solutions, then go by all means, you reach out. But the same thing, I've been talking all year about the black community, about the things I want to see change. So in 2018, I'm going to try to actually develop something that can be replicated through every city. And to where you can bring in young people who want it, or parents who want their young children to be mentored, to mentor them the proper way, to mentor them to have faith in God. Because there's minimal things that you can do if you don't have faith in God, in my opinion. You can only accomplish so much relying on your own self and creating these false sense of realities for yourself. I think God is very important. Now, if you don't think so, then you don't have to come to the mentorship. But I really do think that, mentoring young people to put God first, telling young people to, if at all possible, to not be fornicating unless you're married to somebody. And to help people understand why and to find a better solution. Getting out of that. See, the problem is that in a lot of these communities where we see things that are bad, black, white, Hispanic, no matter what, these communities, it's the culture. It's not the people, it's the culture. And if being a thug is cool to you, and sagging your pants is cool to you, and that is the popular norm, then that's a problem. I want to see young people think it's cool to be making six figures as a doctor, not making six figures selling dope. I want people to think it's cool to wear a suit and tie and not sag your pants. And there's ways to make it cool. It's just that the people that do it don't never go back and try to reach out. There's a bunch of young people. I'm gonna give y'all a quick story. Growing up, I never dressed up at all, ever. I never dressed up at all. I hated it. I wear sweatpants and a t-shirt all day long. My brother used to always dress up. My brother be sharp, man. Suits, creased pants. He be looking suave all the time. And I wasn't that person. My mama told me, Brandon, I know you don't like to dress up, but I'm going to send you some clothes. My mama spent $1,000 on sending me nice clothes. She sent me, when I was in college, she sent me $1,000 worth of nice clothes. And from that point on, that changed my life. Because I started realizing that when you dress a different way, people treat you different. You feel different when you know you look nice. When you know you look good, you feel good. And you project that energy. And people look at you and they see your energy. And they want to work with you. They want to work for you. They want to work around you. They want to talk to you. They want to do all kinds of things. And all of that comes from presentation. How do you present yourself? I tell the story till I'm blue in the face. And when I write a book, this is going to be in the book. My pastor told me I hated tucking in my shirt. I ain't never tucked my shirt ever. My dad used to make us tuck our shirt in when we go to church. And as soon as I hit the threshold of that door, I'm ripping my shirt out. Oh, I'm done. I'm out of church. I ain't never tucking my shirt. I hated it. I thought it looked stupid. My pastor told me, I'm a grown man at this point. My pastor told me, Brandon, when you show up on that job, you need to dress nice. You need to tuck your shirt in. And it was 115 degrees in the summertime in Tucson, Arizona. Between 110 and 115. I wore a long sleeve shirt, slacks, some nice shoes, belt, tucked my shirt in every day at work. Everybody else wore shorts. They were wearing t-shirts with holes in them or raggedy, dingy looking stuff. I was dressed nice, sweat running down my face, all down my back. And my pastor say, boy, you better look nice. You better work that much harder than everybody else on that job. I listened to my pastor. They promoted me to supervisor. And I was supervising all of those people that was wearing t-shirts. And I was the youngest one. I trained 30 some people, 5 days, 8-hour verbatim training. All these people were older than me. Most of these people were older than my parents. And I'm the leader. They have to check in with me. They having to follow up with me, make sure they got their stuff done. And when they didn't get it done, I got it done. Gave me good leadership skills. All because of the way I presented myself. People were literally calling my boss because of the way I was dressed. They'd call my boss, say, hey, this guy is so professional. You know, I can't believe this young man is out here, is so hot, but he's so professional. Because I would say, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Please. Thank you. Dress nice. English don't have to be all that good. You know what I'm saying? English wasn't that good. I wasn't the best person speaking English, but I know how to say yes, sir, yes, ma'am, please, and thank you. And I know how to dress nice and know how to be polite. And what do? They say, man, that kid right there is a leader. Promoted me to supervisor. And these are the type of concepts that we need to teach our young people. We need to teach our young people, man, dress nice. You know, don't be afraid to look nice. Don't be afraid to conform a little bit. Now you can put your do-rag on, your hat backwards, sag your pants at the house, but don't be doing that stuff in public if you don't want people to treat you a certain way. You sag your pants in public, people gonna think you're a thug. I don't care what planet you think you live on. If you sag your doggone pants, people gonna think you're a thug. I almost want to do an experiment. But I don't really like doing stuff like this because I don't want to be tricking people. And I don't want to get myself caught up in that. But I started to do an experiment. I started to get me some foil paper, put it on my teeth. Because I used to have a grill, but I lost it. When I was in college, I had gold teeth. I had a grill from Big T in Dallas. 6-piece, white gold, in my mouth. Shame on me. But I almost want to put a grill in my mouth, wear my hat backwards, sag my pants, go to the mall, and have somebody on like a hidden camera and watching how people look at me. And then go into a store, like a jewelry store, and ask them, hey, y'all, let me look at these rings. Somebody come over here and help me. Let me look at these rings. And let me talk like I ain't got no sense. Go in there and do that. And then show back up. Show back up with a nice suit and tie. I go to the same people. They probably look at me like, that dude look like the other guy, but that is a different person. And ask them, hey, sir, would you mind showing me this and that? And see how they treat me. See what kind of deals you get. I'm just saying. Those are things that we should be teaching our youth. What's up, Kevin? My boy Kevin on here. Meeting the president and everything. Man, I'm jealous. Kevin up in there meeting the president, man. I was like, dang, I see you, Kev. Anyway. Brisham said, is that their problem and stereotype, or is that your problem? It's your problem. If you go somewhere sagging your pants, acting like a thug, and people think you a thug, that's your problem. That ain't their problem. That's your problem. Don't put that on them people. How are they supposed to be Houdini and figure out if you a thug or you not, and you dress just like a thug? That's like me going somewhere, and the same thing. That's like me going somewhere in a really nice suit, in some really nice shoes, and going up to the counter somewhere, and they wrongly perceive that I got money and I'm a good man. That ain't their fault. That's my fault. How are people supposed to be able to determine every single human being that come through and try to filter out whether or not you appropriate or you not? If you dress like a thug, expect people to treat you like a thug. And it ain't their fault they treat you like a thug. Because there's a whole bunch of thugs running around here acting a fool. And if you dressing like them, then people going to treat you like that. And I'm not going to expect people to treat me any different. Maybe one or two people can see through the mud. But overall, it's like you dress for the occasion. If your pastor came to church, dressed a certain way, you'll perceive him a different way than if he dressed the way you normally see your pastor. My pastor used to dress up, wear a suit and tie. He'll wear his gown thing every day to church. That's the way pastor used to dress because he was professional. And then when he get done, he may dress down. When he at the house, I don't even recognize sometimes. Sometimes he still wears slacks at the house. But I barely recognize him because he dressed down. But when he at church, when he in a professional setting, he dressed nice. But that's the same thing, man. It's like if you want people to treat you a certain way, there is such thing called social norms that will never change. If I see a kid, I don't care if he's black, white, Hispanic, whatever. I see a kid walking up the street with his pants sagging, with gold teeth in his mouth, I am going to literally wonder if that's a thug or not. Is this kid one of those thugs that I see on TV? Is this kid one of those thugs that's in these rap songs? Is this kid one of these thugs? Because I ain't never seen a CEO sagging his pants. I've never seen a business owner, somebody who's successful, somebody who has degrees and professionals. I never seen my professor at school sag his pants. I never seen nobody around this place that I work for sagging their pants. So when I see somebody sagging their pants, what do I think? I think of people back in the hood that used to be gang banging and thugging, sagging their pants. And then now, when you see people running from the police, you see people fighting the police, you see these people on TV that done shot up all kind of people and they on the manhunt looking for these people. What do they look like? They either got gold teeth, they got tats on their face and arms and neck, and they got hair looking all crazy. I'm telling you, man, you can't change everybody's mind. But you can change the way you dress. You can't change the way you present yourself. I'm telling you, man, if I go out with my pants sagging and acting a fool, then people gonna treat me like that. If I go out of the house right now and see some people, this is why I need to get to these young people. Because you have people telling you, you have people that will lie to you and tell you it's nothing wrong with you sagging your pants. That's somebody else's fault. It don't work like that in real life, young men, young women. It don't work like that. I don't care how much you want it to change. It don't work like that. You need to teach them that you need to pull your pants up. Because, see, this is the thing. When it's your kid on the line, you willing to tell them to pull your pants up. When it's somebody else's kid, they seem to not be willing to tell them that they need to pull their pants up. See, my son, I'll tell him, pull your pants up, boy. I don't need people to be thinking you a thug. You ain't no thug. You come from a good family. You come from people who love you. Even though me and your mom ain't together, we both still love your butt. And your grandparents on both sides love you and care about you. You come from somebody. You got lineage on both sides. Both of your grandpas are successful men, are admirable men. Both of your grandpas are. Both of your grandmas will go to bat for you. You don't come from no garbage. Pull your pants up, because I don't want a thug thinking you another thug. I don't want somebody getting afraid of you because they think you gang banging like Young Jeezy them. And you ain't like Young Jeezy them. Let Jeezy them have that. Because Young Jeezy them just putting on a show. Like my friend Lewis said yesterday, Young Jeezy putting on a show. They living up in the mountains in gated communities around a whole bunch of professional looking people. You sagging your pants. People, see, when you got millions and millions of dollars, you can sag your pants. I don't recommend it, but you can sag your pants if you got millions of dollars. You can go up in any spot you want to and throw down $100 bill, and people are going to be looking at you and they're going to be serving you. You can go anywhere, throw $100,000 down. You drive up in a Bentley, people going to treat you different. Your pants can be sagged, but y'all ain't rich. You ain't rich. You sag your pants, there's consequences for you. There's consequences for you. And I think, let's see. People, listen. See, Brashawn, I love Brashawn. But see, Brashawn is saying the same thing that I want to change in the community. People going to profile you no matter what you do. You cannot stop people from profiling you. You cannot stop it. The problem is that when it's negative, people want to talk about it and be mad. When they profile you positively, nobody says anything. When I dress up when I fly on an airplane. When I wear a nice suit, where I'm in a sports coat, I get on the airplane, people are, yes, sir. Yes, sir. They're profiling me. They think I got money. They think I'm somebody. So they treat me better. It's just the way it is. It's the way humanity is. And I ain't get mad at them. Name somebody that wear a suit and you go to an event and people, yes, sir, they treat you better. You don't, not one time are you going to say, man, y'all need to quit tripping with me. Y'all profiling me. That ain't right. You don't profile me. I'm actually broke. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no job. I just got one shirt. Y'all quit profiling me. Quit being nice to me. Quit treating me like I'm somebody. Just let it go. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. You embrace when people treat you with respect when you dress nice. Now, when you dress like a thug and people treat you like a thug, you get mad. Oh, y'all should be profiling me like that. No, it goes both ways. You dress for success, you will be successful. You dress for failure, you will fail. Period. I don't want to hear no excuses. My son ain't gonna come to me telling me, Daddy, that man was being mean to me in the store because I'm walking around my pants sagging. He thought he was following me around the store. I'm saying, well, son, you look like a thug. Last person that robbed his store was dressed like you. So what you think the man gonna walk around with your pants sagging? You looking like a fool. How about you show some respect for yourself? Go in there and look decent. Maybe he won't look at you like that. And if the man don't like you because you're black, just go to another store. You know, but other than that, I don't think it worked like that, man. See, people get too much in their feelings. Get out your feelings for a minute. Get out of your feelings. You ain't that important to people. And I literally, when people come up to me with that stuff, oh man, you know, they doing this because I'm black. Because, man, you ain't that important, my man. Black people ain't that important. Quit making yourself out like you the only important person on earth. There's other reason why the person is treating you like this. How about you look in the mirror first? If you're walking around like a thug, that's probably why he's following you around the store. If the last person that robbed the store is dressed just like you with grills in your mouth and all this stuff, that's probably why he following you. Quit acting like you was some kind of victim. Look in the mirror first. And if there's somebody that's doing it to you because you black, then hey, leave the person's business. Leave their establishment. Go shop and go spend your money somewhere else. And then let your friends know, hey, I don't shop there because that person is not a good person. That person is racially profiling me or whatever the case may be. But make sure you know what you're talking about before you start blaming people. You know, you don't even know if they follow other people around the store, but you brainwashed that they follow you because you black or because you Hispanic, because you look poor. Stop it already. Dang, it was something I was going to talk about, but I missed it. I forgot. People keep asking me about the wine thing. let me tell you this. Some of the best wine that I have drank in my life been shipped to my door. I just got the new shipment in. I posted on Instagram. Some of the best wine I've ever, to my house. I don't even move. I just get new wine every month. Boom, 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 boom. And I just sip it. It's good. Best bang for your buck you can get. And who wouldn't want to do that? Who wouldn't want to have that? So, like I said, if you're watching it, you're interested, just send me a message on Instagram, and then we could talk about it. But other than that, just know that that is what it is. Some people keep asking me about the wine. That's why I mentioned it. Let's see. Man, this is what I have to say. Do I want all people to be treated equally? Listen, you will never be treated equal. Let me preface this. You cannot expect for a person who is presenting themselves respectfully to be treated the same as a person who's being disrespectful. That's where I'm coming from. We will never get to a point. We will never get to a point where the man wearing a grill and saggy pants is going to be treated the same as the man in a suit and tie. It's not going to happen. Black, white, green, orange. It's not going to happen. I don't expect it to happen. The thing is that instead of trying to change people, it's easy to change yourself. Instead of trying to figure out what everybody around you thinking, change what you do. Present yourself properly. It's not about equality. You know, some people are like, oh, you know, people should treat people equal. No, life doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. I am sorry. You know, if you tall and handsome, or you beautiful as a woman, people are going to treat you differently. If you ugly, I'm sorry, people are just going to treat you differently. Is that right? I don't know. You can't control what other people are doing. All you can control is how you present yourself. Now, if you beautiful and you just act stupid all the time and you got bad manners, nobody want to talk to you. Even if you ain't that cute. If you nice, respectful, professional, people will begin to treat you a different way. I mean, I never tell my son a lie. I'm never going to lie to my son. So Brashawn said, so you treat a homeless person different than a person with a suit and tie. In some ways, yes. In some ways, I do not. I still view a man in a suit and tie and a man that's homeless as a man. I still love and respect both men. But am I more willing to do a transaction with a man in a tie versus a man that's sitting on the corner smelling like onion rings? I'll probably go with the man in the suit and tie. Maybe. Now, if you get a chance to get to know each person, then you can make a better determination. But on face value, if you walk up to me and you smell like onion rings and you look all kind of crazy and you telling me, hey man, let me, I got this business for you. I'm going to be less likely. I'm not saying I'm going to not deal with you. I'm going to be less likely to deal with you than a person that comes up to me in a really nice suit and tie and say, hey, I have a business plan for you. I mean, if you think that I'm tripping, then you are living in la la land. If I'm telling you now, as a man, basic humanity, both people get treated the same. But if you want to tell me something, if you want to do some certain stuff and you ain't matching up to what you're trying to sell to me, then you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have a hard time presenting that to me. Why? Because I've seen a lot of people who are homeless who are up to no good. There's a few people who are homeless who are good people. They just in a bad position. But there's a whole bunch of people who homeless. They homeless because they want to just sit on the corner, get money, and drink beer all day and use drugs. So if you telling me that, I mean, that's the reason why people be more skeptical with a person who can't even cut their own facial hair. Now, let me tell you this. I know homeless people who probably make more money than you make. They sit on the corner and they hustle. People done gave them like $200 in one day. And they can't go and get a razor and shave their face. They can't go apply. Man, listen, some of these people got so much money. I've seen it with my own eyes. There's this guy who's homeless. He got like $200 on him at all times. But he since died because he got hit by a car. But he had like $200, $100 on him. I'm like, and some of these people on Social Security, some of these people on SSI, some of these people on food stamps, but they ain't got no house, so they sit on the corner and beg you for money. So they get more, they seeing more money than most of y'all. And you wouldn't know that because you don't deal with them on a day-to-day basis. Now, there are some of them that are legitimate people who really need help. Don't get me wrong. There's some of them that really need help. Some of them don't. Brashawn, I know bad people wear all kind of clothes. What I'm saying is the likelihood. You know, the likelihood of a bad person, you know, that I have experienced in my own personal life. Now, other people may experience different things. But the men that I've met in the suit and tie, most of the time have been decent men. Some of them snakes. Most people that I've physically dealt with as a police officer, homeless, most of them were not good people. Some of them were good. So my likelihood of what I've experienced and been exposed to in my life is that the person with the suit and tie that comes and present themselves to me properly, I'll believe that person. Because just because you're homeless don't mean you can't shave your face. Don't mean you can't get a toothbrush and brush your teeth. Toothpaste, $1. I mean, these people they sit on the corner and illegally solicit money at the median. They loiter around things, risking getting in trouble. Some of these people go and steal out the grocery store. Well, go steal you some toothpaste and a toothbrush. I'm gonna feel less bad. I'm gonna feel less bad for you. I mean, I'm gonna feel bad for you. I had to arrest people that stole food, and I tried to tell the clerk, man, do you really want to prosecute against this person? It's up to you, but man, this person's just hungry. You know what I mean? I've had people that I bought food for that have been homeless. Well, I just go in there and say, man, hey, get your hot dogs. I got you. Clerk, whatever he get, charge it to me. But you gotta be realistic. If I was homeless, what I would do, instead of going for the stinky, ugly look, I would shave my face. All you gotta do is get you a razor. Go get you one of them cheap razors. Get you some, go to the dollar store. Get you a razor. Get you some alcohol so you can wipe it down when you shave. You know, get you some fresh shirts and one pair of jeans. And when you out doing your thing, wear your dirty stuff maybe. Maybe wear that flip-flop. You know, what I used to think that these people that was homeless do in the summertime is like, why don't you get a few coins together and go to the car wash? At night, when nobody's around, put the coins in there, rinse your body off. Get you some soap. Soap is like $2. You can get you a whole thing of soap. Wipe your body off. Wipe off your main areas. Therefore, you can be clean. I've seen homeless people that look clean. They were sharp. They had decent clothes. Because they would go and they wash their clothes. Or when they get some money, they wouldn't buy beer. They'll go to a hotel and spend a night. Maybe 2 nights a week. Anyway, I'll preach until I'm blue in the face about this. But I think that's where we need to go in society, is we need to get those things done. But yeah, that's what I do. This is what I'm gonna say about homeless people. Never give homeless people money. Find out what they need and try to accomplish the need. You know, if they don't have clothes, you will be better. Your money will be better spent if you go to the dollar store. Just get their sizes. Say, hey, what's your size, man? You 36 waist, dollar shirt. You could probably spend $10 at a thrift store and get them like 2 outfits. Get them some clothes. I used to take homeless people and I used to say, they'd be like, oh, sir, do you got a little money? I say, what you need? You need food? Come on in the store. Get your hot dogs. Get you some chips and a drink. It's on me. Get your stuff. The clerk, he got chips, a drink, and 2 hot dogs. Ring it up on my thing. You know, because I have literally given homeless people money and watched them go in there and buy a beer. And I wanted to slap him in the back of the head and hit him in the head with the beer, but I didn't want to go to jail over that. So I was like, you know what? I ain't never going to give people money anymore. I'm just going to get what they need. Because I'll get you, come in the store, I'll get you some food. I ain't getting you no beer. And I've had people tell me, I have somebody come to me and say, hey, man, I'm just going to be honest with you, man. I need some money for some cigarettes. I said, bro, you tripping. You tripping. Don't play me. Don't ask me no money for no cigarettes. You got to be out your mind. There ain't no honesty to it. Don't ask me about no cigarettes. You got to be stupid. Cigarettes too expensive anyway. And you going to ask me some money for cigarettes. Go sit down somewhere, man. Get your butt some help. Go into and I'm going to tell you this. Whole bunch of people. See, when in Tucson, I don't know about how every other state is. If you homeless, they got plenty of shelters. The Salvation Army will take you if you're not drinking. They got all kind of crisis centers. They got rehab centers. They got all kind of places these homeless people can go and get on their feet. I have literally driven probably 1,000 miles of taking homeless people to shelters and people who are on drugs to rehab. I mean, to detox. Thousands of miles as a police officer. Plenty of accessibility for you to go somewhere and get cleaned up. But these people don't want to get cleaned up. They don't want to, man. Because why would you get cleaned up? Why would you do this when you can sit right there on the corner and get $200-300 a day? And if you think they ain't getting money like that, then think twice. Because you may go through and get him a 5. If 400 people go through the intersection and I want to say 15 people get him $5, they making decent money for just sitting. Think about it. Somebody give you a $20. If you sit out there for 2 hours and you get $40, you just make $20 an hour. And you just standing there. You just made more money than school teachers be making sometimes, just standing on the corner. For 2 hours, you didn't make $20 an hour. If somebody gave you if you got $40 in 2 hours. You making bank, man, and they ain't paying no taxes on that money. And you know how I know? Because the clerk be telling me when I go up to the thing when I was a police officer, they say, man, don't buy that man no food anymore, Officer Tatum, because he just buying beer with the money he get out there. Like he come in here and get a 6-pack a day or something. She was saying he get like 2 or 3 6-packs a day or something. Like I'm like, I could swear them little 6-packs at like $15 or whatever. Probably a little less than that. But still, man, you using your money for the wrong reasons. But anyway, I'm gonna see what y'all talking about because I've been running my mouth and y'all having a good conversation in the background. Let's see. Yeah, we about to close here in about 10 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, I think they all bad, man. Yeah, they ain't paying no taxes on that money they getting. That stuff, that's like dope money. You know why people sell drugs? I think people who ain't never lived in the hood or ain't never known nobody that sell drugs don't realize how much money people make selling drugs that are tax free. Like, there's people who are millionaires selling drugs. There are people who make 6 figures selling drugs. No tax pay. They pay no taxes. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people come up, man. They don't even. They just making bank, man, hand over fist. They get it at wholesale price. All they got to do is get a plug with somebody that knows somebody. I mean, you got to have a little bit of hood credit, but if you got a little money behind you, you can get somebody who get it at wholesale and you can bag it up and sell it cheaper. And if you don't get caught, you made a lot of money. Now you get caught, you can go to prison and you're going to lose it all and it ain't worth it. But just so people know, you ain't just people that's selling weed and crack and cocaine. They ain't making little money. They making decent money. They probably making more than what most people are making on a regular job. Now, when you get big time and you do a shipment for $40,000 and $100,000 at a time, I mean, it get crazy. So anyway, that's why I be wanting to lock these people up when I was a police officer. Y'all going to jail. If I got to pay taxes, you got to pay taxes, God dog. You making all this money paying no taxes. You going to pay the piper. Come on down there to the substation. You selling weed, crack, dope. I'm glad you going to jail. We're going to take your car and everything. How dare you? How dare you cheat this city out of money? You need to pay taxes on that stuff. Let's see. Yeah, duh. Not somebody said not all buy drugs and beer. Duh. I don't know if they're responding to me or somebody else, but anybody with a brain know that there's nothing that's absolute. All cops aren't great people. There's no absolute. There's no absolute in anything. All people who sell drugs aren't evil people. All people who use drugs aren't evil people. You know, I would even imagine all people who are part of the KKK aren't evil people. It's probably comprised of people that don't know what they want to believe. You know, they following along with Jimmy now. And in their heart, they don't want to be that way. But they getting sucked into it. And now they find themselves a part of an organization which they kind of believe in. But see, this is the thing. Let me tell you this. Let me say this. Because some people don't want to say this. There is minimal difference between the KKK and Crips and Bloods. The KKK and gangs. For some reason, our society is openly willing to shun the KKK, but not openly willing to shun certain gang membership. KKK is comprised of people who are looking for an identity. These people are lost. They don't have no leadership. They have nobody to tell them the right thing to do. And so they following other people. Little Jimmy Dean them, they find their identity in hating other people. They want to be a part of something. So they down with the KKK now. Little Johnny, little Jimmy, they don't know what they doing. They just want to be down. The Dragon Master showed them love that nobody else showing them love. In a way that nobody else is showing them love. The Grand Wizard is the only role model that they see. So they fall into that trap. Same thing happened with Crips and Bloods. People are willing to act like all these KKK people are just the end. I'm telling you that I ain't never been a part of KKK. But I guarantee you that the same cycle of influence is happening in the KKK, is happening in Crips and Bloods. When I was growing up, and I'm telling you, I got stuff I'm going to write in the book. I'm going to write a book one day and I'm going to write this in the book, so I can't tell you everything. But when I was growing up, I used to see, and I used to want to be a Crip. I used to want to be a Blood, depending on what my cousin they were doing. They were Crips, so I wanted to be a Crip. It was one time I wanted to be a Blood. Why would I want to do something like that? Because the people that I looked up to were being Bloods and Crips. And I thought they were so cool. And I wanted to be like them. Because they had a lot of respect. They were the ones who walked down the street, nobody messed with them. They didn't get picked on. It seemed real cool. They got all these friends that are ride or die for them. And so that's how young men get involved in this. Because daddy ain't telling them that this is right and this is wrong. So where they going? They going to Ray Ray now, who love them, who they cousins, who love you. Say, bro, I got your back. I got your back. I'll die for you. Oh, you'll die for me? Then why wouldn't they, support their cousin or be a part of that? And people don't understand that, man. They don't understand that. So when they look at these young people and they say, oh, you just a thug. A lot of these young people are getting brainwashed. They getting trapped in the system, man. They have nowhere to go. They don't know what to do. And they join up with people who support them. And the people who support them, unfortunately, are thugs. And then when you're in an environment where you don't want to be looked at as a punk, you don't want to be looked at as somebody that just get pushed over. So you join in with them so you don't get jumped on. I'm telling y'all, like, I've been there. And see, the problem is that we're not even willing to look at both sides. We willing to say, oh, gangs are just a bunch of confused young people. KKK is a bunch of confused young people too. How can you be a part of something like that if somebody ain't teaching you that when you're young? If there's no validity to that when you're young, how do you grow up and want to be a part of the KKK? When they can't really do anything, because anything they do in the name of the KKK is illegal and they're going to go to prison for it. Why does this still exist? Because people are looking for identities. People are looking for identities everywhere. You say, why do young women do pornography? Why do young women slut it up on Instagram? Why do men treat women so poorly? Why are men promiscuous? When you stop judging people, you stop just only judging people, you start looking at the problems, you start seeing because they don't have an identity. They don't know who they are. And they get value out of that attention that they get. When you ain't nobody, when you walk around and you feel like you ain't nobody and you get some attention because of something that you have, then you feed into that. If a young lady ain't got no brains, her mom and them strung out on crack, she raised by a grandmother's really too old to spend time with her, and she's not popular at school because she don't have the nice clothes, because they poor, so she ain't going on vacations and trips, but she got a good body. So what happened? The young boys like her. They don't care if she smell like trash or not. They like her. She got a nice booty, all this other stuff, and they feed into that. And now they can control all these young boys that wouldn't even talk to her because she ain't got nothing, but because she got a body, they will. And then you got these young men who don't have a daddy, who never told them what their identity was. And then they searching for their identity in women. And if a woman like you, or they think you cute, or they think you strong, or you got a good swag, a personality, and they loving on you, that's where you find your identity at. Then when you break up with her, you looking for the next woman that's going to validate your identity. Then you find yourself with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 other women because you're just searching for identity and you find it in these women. And if you're a weak man, you find weak women that you're stronger than. I'm telling y'all, it's exactly what happens, man. And like, as a society, we don't want to address it, so we can't fix it. You know, we paint the picture every kid in the hood is a thug and they want to be a thug. So many people don't want to be like that. They ain't got no other choice. I mean, they can't just move out. You know what I'm saying? They can't just walk away. When you a part of a gang, you can't just walk out the gang. You can't just turn your back on loyalty. It's sad, but you can't do that. They'll kill you. They'll smoke you. So the thing is, you got to stop these young kids from getting in the gang when they're young. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go. I'll go on. It's sad, man, because like Adam Rush said, you got to find your identity in Christ. And I think that's the best. When you find out who you are, then everything else falls into place. You know? And I'm telling y'all, like, it's so many fake people in this world that when you find loyal people, you stick to them right or wrong. You know, you may be with a woman who you don't even really like that much, but because she's loyal to you, you can't find women that's loyal to you, so you sticking with her. Same way with a man. You may meet with a guy who you don't even like, who ain't even good for you. But because he's loyal to you and you can trust him, you stick with the man. And you shouldn't even be with him. You know, I'm done with that, man. I'm done with that horse. I think it's time for me to bounce. Just want to see what y'all are saying. Somebody says Black Lives Matter and KKK the same. They similar. I wouldn't say they're exactly the same. They're similar, though. If somebody say they're not similar, they lying to themselves. You know, it's a very, very similar concept. It has now become hateful. Black Lives Matter has now become hateful. Out of control, unorganized became a hate group. When I think the original intent of Black Lives Matter really wasn't supposed to be what it has become. I honestly believe that Black Lives Matter probably had a good intention at its origin, at its genesis, but then people perverse it, and they start really going after the personal agendas, and then they let people that's not authorized to be a leader try to lead an organization, which falls apart. And now people that once was like, I'm standing up for Trayvon Martin, is now standing up for people they ain't never intended to stand up for. See, I think that Trayvon Martin, you know, that was wrong what happened to Trayvon Martin. I'm not saying he completely innocent, and I'm not saying the outcome of the court proceeding wasn't accurate. It was wrong, but they couldn't prove it. And it wasn't because he was black and that. They just couldn't prove it. They had no independent witnesses to the actual altercation, which led to the boy's death, which was terrible. Zimmerman should have never went after that kid. He had no business even messing with that kid. If it was really an issue, he should have called professionals. That man ran down Trayvon Martin and a fight ensued, and that man couldn't fight, so he shot Trayvon. Bad deal. People that stood up for Trayvon to a certain degree, I thought was reasonable. But then for the president to say, that could have been my son, then that's when they start going off the rails. But I think that Black Lives Matter was really intended to say, you know what? It's a group of people that's going to focus on African-American people who died. And then what did it turn into? It turned into white bashing and thug loving. White bashing and thug loving is what Black Lives Matter turned into. They don't care about no black people. I could die today. Boom, somebody shoot me in the head. I ain't going to get no t-shirts, no shout outs, no nothing. But let me be gangbanging, pulling a gun on a police officer. They going to have my name on walls and everything. It's sad, man. That organization, we actually need a new organization. We need an organization that's I wish All Lives Matter had, it's too broad. Like All Lives Matter is too broad. But if we had something an organization that really cared about people, that really fought for people who were getting injustice or people who were poorly treated in this country for whatever reason, in isolated situations, if you had a group that would do that, that'd be effective. And not bashing another group to get another group ahead. It's like just looking at isolated incidents that people are getting done wrong and helping those people out. There's some people that get done wrong in this country. And I'm not saying it's consistent, but what I'm saying is that individual people get done wrong. So, But anyway, man, I'm going to look at what y'all saying real quick because y'all having a good conversation while I'm talking, and I'm going to get off here. But somebody said, do I have an email? I don't really want to give my email out because I don't want it to get in the hands of somebody who spam the crap out of my email. So if you actually have something you want to say to me or you want to email me, inbox me on Instagram or on Twitter, because Twitter is easy too. Instagram me on something other than Facebook. If you my friend on Facebook, message me. But if you ain't my friend and you just follow me because I obviously don't have enough space for friends, then you got to hit me on these other platforms and send me a message, and then we'll go. But I can't put my email out there because people be emailing me, and then my business and my email get mixed up, and then we having problems. We having problems, Houston. Houston, we having problems. And I don't want to deal with that, to be honest, because not everybody is like y'all. Y'all are reasonable people. May email me once, do that. Some people will spam me, man. I don't want people sending me inappropriate stuff. I don't want people spamming me. I don't want to even deal with that. But if you serious and you want to communicate with me, you want my email, inbox me and we'll talk. But I can't do the email thing, man. I already get too much stuff on my email till my mind can't even. I might have to create another email. I just get too much stuff. But I really appreciate y'all. I love each and every one of y'all. I wish that I could see everybody face to face and shake your hand and or give you a hug. I really wish that I could, because a lot of times this behind the camera, all this stuff gets so fake, I really want to see everybody that's talking on here so I can put, a image with what you're saying, And, but one day we'll make that happen. But I'm telling you, if you ever see me in public, don't be crazy with it. But if you see me in public, don't feel bad about speaking to me. I seen a couple people in public that recognized me, but they didn't say anything to me. Now, don't get me while I'm in the middle of eating a steak dinner or something, if you see me walking out, say, hey, what's up to me. I love for you to say what's up to me. I would appreciate it, to be honest. And tell me who you are. Look, I follow you on Facebook. Oh, man, that's cool. And I've met a couple people. I've seen a couple people that's been very kind to me, and I appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, though. Yeah, everybody everywhere. In 2018, man, I want to travel to the United States of America. Hopefully I can be blessed enough to do that. Let's see. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all coming on here. Thanks, Heidi, for the message on IG. Yeah, man, that was crazy. That guy's responsible for the message that I gave, because he the one bought me the Sprite. Man, that was good. That really made me feel good. So that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get I'm gonna get a PO box eventually. I'm gonna get a PO box, and I'll give you guys a PO box, and then you can mail me stuff if you want to. If you want to write a message to me or whatever, you can mail me stuff, and then I can mail you stuff back. So I appreciate it. But anyway, I love y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I appreciate the 100 and some odd people who who have been on the show, who have been watching it. I know it must be a football game or something on tonight. Or maybe people partying and getting ready for the new year because there wasn't a lot of people on tonight. Samuel. My size shirt, I wear a large. I wear a large shirt. I appreciate it. That'll be pretty cool, man. I really appreciate it. I wear a size large. Zardrell, man, I can't join you today, man. I gotta go. God, you gotta let me know ahead of time, man, so I can jump on there. I may not be able to do it because I get off work here in a minute and I gotta get to my dog. I gotta go home. I'm trying to relax. So maybe not today, my man, but maybe let me know ahead of time, man. Let me know a day in advance and I will schedule it to be there for you. Favorite color is red. Red is my favorite color. So if y'all want to know that. Let's see. Somebody said they'll treat me to a steak dinner. That'd be cool. My dog's name is Phineas. Not from Phineas and Ferb, but from the Bible, Numbers 25. That's something cool that you guys can read. Numbers 25 is where I got my dog's name from. So just read Numbers 25 and you'll see the story of Phineas. Color of passion. Maybe that's true. That's probably why I like red. I like my car to be white, though. Let's see. All right, I think I'm going to jump off of here. Oh, somebody said how you spell Phineas. 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 If I spelled it wrong, forgive me. I got to write stuff down to spell it right, but I believe I spelled it correctly. But it's from the Bible. And I'm going to go live for New Year's. Y'all better believe it. If you up and awake, I'm going live for New Year's. So I'm not going to say happy New Year's to y'all if y'all don't end up on Facebook. But I'm going to say I'm going to go live for New Year's. Now it's Phineas. Let me make sure I'm spelling this right. Let me write it somewhere. Let me write it down somewhere because I know I got to write it. It's not sounding right in my mind. Let's see. No, it's not the U in it. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. Brittany got it right. They look right. But anyway, let me get out of here. Let's see. Somebody said I was married. Like I've been doing this for since 2008. So that's probably why I'm single, because a lot of women probably think I'm married, but I'm not married. I'm not married. Like everybody keep looking at this ring. The camera is backwards. This is not my wedding hand or whatever you call it. So I'm not married. I'm not married, for the love of God. But I refuse to take this ring off. I done had female friends tell me, man, you need to take the ring off because women think you married. I honestly believe if a woman wants to get to know me, she will be smart enough to look at my hand and see which. I'm telling you, because I see women sometimes and I'm like, I look at her hand and say, is she married or not? And if I see rings, I make sure what finger I'm looking at. Like, okay, the ring, yeah, that's the right one. It's nothing on that finger right there. I don't care what all the other rings is doing. There ain't nothing on that ring finger. It's like if you like a person enough, you're gonna make sure that ring finger is empty. Because I don't even look at women who got a ring on their finger. That's just disrespectful. If you married, don't even look at me. Enjoy your husband. Don't be looking at me. Don't even talk. I don't even want to talk to you. I'm just playing. You can talk to me, but I don't want to. Don't be. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna give y'all a secret. I've been single for a long time, and I be praying to God for a wife. And when I have a wife, I'm gonna treat my wife right? Because it's been a long time, and I'm gonna treat her like a queen. Cause I ain't trying to lose my wife. I ain't trying to get no divorce. Now, and that same feeling that I have is the reason why I don't entertain other people's wives. You don't do stuff like that. I don't care if the wife is trying to talk to you or not, or trying to be. I don't even call. Like I went out to eat, and a lady does this sleep therapy stuff, and there's like a YouTube video, and it's supposed to help you get sleep. I met her and her husband out. She gave me her card with a number on it, and I'm like, no, I'll email you. I don't need your phone number. I don't even want no confusion. You got a husband. It's not that she was bad by doing that, but what I'm saying for me personally, I don't even want the appearance of some shady between me and some other dude's wife. Like I'm like totally respecting that situation. Like, cause I wouldn't want nobody to be doing that to my wife. Like, nah, email my wife. You don't need a phone number. Send her email. Cause I know y'all shady. Cause I know my wife gonna be beautiful. Everybody gonna want my wife. I'm gonna be like, nah, you better email my wife. Now that you want to be fighting. I'll just play it. Anyway, man, I'll see y'all later. Trying to take these echinacea pills, build my immune system, so I have the immune system of a god. Let's see. All right, man. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. And I'll see y'all later.